I want to tell you 3 things that happened to me yesterday, and all 3 led to fights with my wife. Okay.
Three separate fights?
3 separate things happened
over the span of
3 hours, I would say.
Impressive.
Yeah, I would say so. And
you're not home together that much either, are you?
No. Some of these things happened, a couple of them happened while she wasn't home.
Oh, I see.
Decisions I made. Okay. First one involves my car. All right. I drive a 1998 Acura. It leaks a little oil. You've seen it? You're familiar.
I have. I didn't see it in the parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I wasn't going to question just in case it was something.
Could be routine maintenance for the van.
It is not. It is not. I am driving the minivan today. Got it here safely and everything. Here's why, okay? Yesterday, I needed some of that good Dave's Killer seedy bread that I eat.
Right on.
I was out. Last few pieces were moldy. So I said, all right, I'm stopping at Walmart. Where else? To get the bread. Incidentally, I was not wearing a mask, and 90% of people inside were wearing a mask. And I looked around like, what? What do you do?
Do you look at the door before you go in?
Yeah, and it said, as of the governor's order, we no longer require face masks.
10-4.
And I walked in, I saw, 2 or 3 without, but many, many, many people with, and we just look at each other, and I'm like, I'm right. And they're like, no, I'm right. Okay.
Okay, you're cool.
Exactly. And I don't care what anybody else does, although I do secretly judge. So I grab my bread, I get in the car, I turn the engine, it's chugga, 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 bzz. Okay, I'm approximating it. Now,
have you heard that sound before?
Yes. Remember at Mama Gina's 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, and sometimes when you get gas during the height of the panic.
Yes.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Right, and I always go, come on now, darling, come on. And I go, chugga, chugga,
Do you
chugga,
ever find yourself kind of stroking the console, the center console?
Yes.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby. Chugga, 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 chugga. Bzz. And I'm sitting there, and it's getting pretty hot, and I'm at the Walmart, and it's like, all right, come on now. Please just get me out of here. I'm, not that far from home. Get me out of here. And once again, I chugga, chugga. And finally, I would turn it, and it wouldn't even chugga, chugga. It was just completely dead. Just completely dead, and I thought, oh, God. And I was hoping it was a battery but the battery's not that old. I think I replaced the battery.
No, it's not.
And just fairly recently. So I think, what am I going to do? Can I walk home?
Well, surely with that car, you've got roadside assistance.
I do. I have AAA. Okay.
Should.
So I thought about that.
I'd get more A's.
There's not enough A's.
I don't think 3 is enough.
Do you have more A's available?
So you're going to need to purchase 6 more A's to get you out of there.
Sir, you need our diamond plan.
Yeah, they do have a diamond.
Well, I thought about walking home, but that's going to be a long walk. So and it's hot.
If I think where you are to where you're going, that's a hell of a walk.
It's a heck of a walk. Yeah, so I couldn't do it. So
with your killer bread under your arm.
Killer bread going down that busy road.
Exactly. For 1 loaf of bread.
Well, usually it takes AAA.
He's so brave. Look at him out there in this heat.
It takes AAA a long time.
For his health.
Usually. I've had AAA come out before. It's an hour and a half, and I don't want to sit there.
That long?
Sometimes it's over an hour, and I didn't want to sit there that long. But finally I said, okay, I'm doing that. So I called.
It's kind of embarrassing for AAA, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it just depends on how busy they are, and they hook up with a local tow truck,
I will say sometimes it's faster to call the towing. It costs money, and you don't get the money back.
Call direct?
Yeah.
They come quicker.
So you've experienced this as well?
Yes.
But this particular time, it was very quick. It was less than 25 minutes. I'd say 20 minutes that he got there.
Okay.
And by the way, they're doing a thing now where they text you and say, he's 10 minutes out, he's 5 minutes out, which was really nice. Yeah, very helpful.
That's good.
And so he came, and he was great, and I turned the thing for him.
Did you get a look at his face as soon as he hopped out of the truck? Ooh.
He said, I don't...
He goes into his radio. It's going to be a while.
Cancel my calls the rest of the day.
Cancel the next 2. Cancel the next 2.
Well, it's better than him driving up and just saying, just leave it here.
Right.
You don't need to tow
I've got a gun in the back.
Where are you going to tow it?
I had that thought, too. I thought, if you can just give me a ride home, I'll just leave her where she
leave
sits.
it right here. Let me grab a couple things out of it.
Not even thinking of it.
Shoot it like a horse.
Right. Yep. That's right. So he came out, he tested the battery, he said the battery is in perfect working order. But then he said the terminal on the battery, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He said that's looking bad. It's really hot, and it's melting from underneath, and you got problems with it. So he screwed it in, and he got it to work. So I turned the car on and went on home. And so I was really thankful for that. It worked. I only, maybe 30 minutes of my day.
Did the AAA man give you any sort of Instructions down the road. Get this fixed. Get this looked at.
He said, get a new terminal. He said, your mechanic should be able to do that pretty easily. It's a quick fix. It's an easy fix, right? So that's where it led to a fight with my wife. I didn't see her until much later. Now, when I tried to leave later to go to the gym, nothing. I mean, I couldn't turn it on again. It's completely dead now in my garage.
Did you watch what he did the first time so you could do it?
I did, but I haven't done it yet.
Oh.
But I didn't try this morning. I tried, and I just didn't do it. So I took her car. And that's when she started in on the, it's time to get rid of that car. And I said, it is not time to get rid of that car. I said,
Still runs.
I said, this is an easy fix. She goes, it is not. You've had that car for 20 years. That is long enough. And we went back and forth. I said, that car is like a part of this family.
She can hear you.
And so we were already tense and on edge. So we were on edge with each other. Now, what you don't know is in the meantime, while I was waiting for AAA, I used my time to make a few calls. I wanted to, get some things done, some work done. One of which was, remember I saw the snake in the yard the other day. And my wife's been on me to get a guy out to put out snake away.
Yeah.
Around
Snake man.
Snake man. Well, I know a guy who will put out snake away. He did it last year. We had seen a black snake, and my wife said, I want him gone, and I want the snake man out. So I called him, and he said, perfect, I can be over in an hour. And I was sitting in a dead car at that point, so I said, well, I don't know if I can be there, but I'll try. Sure enough.
Do you need to be there?
Well, right.
I mean, no offense.
He said,
isn't he attacking the perimeter?
well, just to pay
Just
him.
ask him if he's got Venmo.
Oh, to pay him.
I said, I don't know if I can be there, but, I can pay you
Bill
later.
me.
Yeah, and he said, no problem, you don't have to be here, all that stuff. And so, but then I got done quickly, and I got out there, and I got to the house in time. He laid all the snake away. Now, while he was laying the snake away, I heard he and his partner screaming, ah, ah, and he called me and said, get out here right now. And so I ran out there, barefooted, and he goes, huge copperhead right there. Came apparently.
Well, what'd you call me for?
Could you tell me to put some shoes on?
Right.
I'd have gone back in.
Right.
All right, well, you feed him some of the snake stuff.
Huge copperhead. Well, he says the snake stuff draws them out so they'll leave.
The hell with that.
And apparently, and he said,
Like lights at a strip club. Oh, God, what is that? Where am I? I'm leaving.
The house lights.
Right. So, and he said, look at that huge copperhead over there. I couldn't see it. It was laying on pine straw, and it blended absolutely perfectly.
And alive.
Yeah.
It was alive.
Oh, yeah. And then he says right there, and it started, crawling.
Yeah.
And I said, well, somebody's got to kill that. And he said, I'll have my assistant kill it. And so they got a shovel.
What?
He
Hey,
said,
put your shoes on, Paco.
Huh?
I don't need them.
I didn't agree to this.
they spoke in Spanish very loudly to each other.
Well, when the side of the truck says snake away on it,
I mean, you
can't just spread the stuff.
gotta
Yeah.
snake away it. And I was, my hands were up like, I don't do this. And that snake started to crawl, and Paco came over and took a shovel, and that was it. Okay.
Good.
And
Okay.
so he told me, he said, now they're going to be coming out in the next 24 hours. So be careful with your dog out here and all that kind of stuff. I said, all right, that's fine. And we got a copperhead. He's like, there could be babies. I don't know. We got a copperhead right here. Plus, I'd already seen a black snake, and my son had seen we've seen 3 snakes, including the copperhead.
That's not even summer.
No, exactly. So I'm concerning. So wife gets home. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. We just pass. I go to the gym. Come home. Now,
You didn't mention the incident.
I didn't mention the incident. Part of me thought she's better off not knowing. She's real
Yeah, as what she is with snakes.
skittish about that, right? So I get home. She's in the backyard with the dog, taking pictures of the dog.
Like Instagram shots.
Yes.
I thought she didn't use the yard.
Well, exactly.
Your wife.
I've never seen her in the yard before. She's out there taking pictures of the dog. And I went out there. I said, I just wanted to let you know that we found we found a big copperhead 3 feet from where you're standing. What? Why didn't you tell me? And then she's really mad. Now she's really mad.
Strike 2.
Strike 2. Exactly. I mean, just crushed.
Oh, by the way, there's more coming. What?
Forgot to tell you.
Yeah, the
I had
snake
that.
oil is gonna.
I had that
That's
as
what's
well.
known as a harbinger in the business.
Right. So, she's really mad now.
The good news, in 24 hours, you can stand there.
Right, yeah, I said you got to wait.
You got to wait.
But I said this is like Snake Central right now. They are going to be crawling out from everywhere.
They're going to come from other counties.
I forgot to mention it and then when I got halfway to the gym, I was like, she's not going outside, you know.
You should have taken pictures of her outside taking pictures of the dog.
Yeah, really. She's doing like a dog pictorial out in the backyard.
It's for the calendar. The calendar.
Very odd, exactly. So that strikes. So already we're on thin ice. Now, unbeknownst to you, while all this was going on, all right, this all happened. My wife, I got home probably 5:30 from the gym, and this was going on. Now, about 3 o'clock, my son, he's in exams right now. Okay, he's doing exams, and he came down, and he decided to skip the gym because he wasn't feeling great after his COVID shot. And so he came down and he said, my friend, one of the swag bros, has invited me over to play basketball and lift weights, and I feel good, and I want to do that. I said, all right, go ahead. I said, are you done with your exams for the day? He said, I've got one more, but I can take it virtually anytime before midnight. And I said, you'll take it what time? He goes, 7 o'clock. I said, okay, go. So,
Parenting check.
okay, right. Wouldn't you think that's
Handled.
Yeah.
right, handled. So he goes, I'm going over to his friend's house. They're going to play basketball and lift weights. A bunch of them getting together. I said, yeah, fine. He said, he'll drive me home, be home about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I said, great. So he goes, I'm home. Now we're having the snake fight. And
It's not what you think.
okay.
You think the snakes are watching this happen, by the way?
Yes.
From the pine straw.
Right.
This neighborhood's changing. The gentrifiers are here.
So at the end of snake fight, she says, where is Ben, our son? And I said, he's gone over to his friend's house to play basketball and lift weights. And she said, do you think that was a smart parenting decision, being that he's got another exam to take? And I said, I do. He's got until midnight. What could go wrong?
Did you take a tone?
I did take a tone because we were already,
Yeah.
I got
You had
car
to-
and snake.
You had to
And you
take a little,
thought you'd handled it properly.
I did.
a little higher ground.
I did. And she said, you know, he's had 3 days to take that exam, and he's pushing it to 5 hours before the deadline. And I said, and what could go wrong? I was like, he's still got 5 hours. You know, I thought, okay, no big deal. So he gets home.
I've seen this movie.
All right.
In time?
Yes, in time. He got home.
As he promised?
Shortly after we had this conversation, he gets home. We have dinner at like 6:15 or whatever. Now it's about 7 o'clock. He's like, going upstairs to take my exam. I said, perfect. I'm sitting there with like
You just kind of side-eye your wife.
that's
there.
right.
Oh, yeah. You were thinking under your breath, too. Everything.
Right.
It'll just be fine.
5 hours for one exam?
Yeah.
Done. Right. That's virtual. It's all virtual now.
Now, can I ask you a question? I've never taken a virtual exam. Is there a time limit?
I think they give you 2 hours, like they do, and then they lock you out.
Like
Once
the clock starts
right.
and then
Yeah, once you log in, it starts,
It's going.
and you have 2 hours to take it,
Okay, thank you.
as if you were in a class taking an exam.
Understood.
So he goes upstairs. I'm taking my exam, and I just sit back like, okay, here we go.
Told you.
Perfect, right? So she said, and I even said,
Why don't you run on up and get 100 on it? Make your daddy proud.
all right. And I even said to her, looks like that exam's doing just fine. And got a little work. Yeah. And she
Kind of
goes,
a mini I told you so.
Right.
Do you know the subject, Kelly, of the exam?
it's some computer science.
Is this a challenging class for him?
Has been, and he said, I've been studying all day, and I'm taking it tonight.
Okay.
Now, he had until midnight last night to finish,
complete.
And so she says, I still think it's a very bad idea. He has put this off and put this off, and now you let him go have fun, play basketball, and lift weights. And I said, what could go wrong? At the moment I said that, he came downstairs and he goes, we got a problem.
All the snakes are gathered at the window. This should be good.
The 98 Act starts smoking out in the garage.
He said, we got a problem.
Smoke detectors start going off in the garage.
Your day's coming to fruition here.
He goes, I'm locked out. I'm locked out of my exam.
Locked out. I said, how do you get locked out?
Well, turns out he didn't have to midnight. He had to 5 p.m.
Oh! What time did he leave the house?
3.
And he got back to the house
5:30, 5:30.
Yeah.
Oh,
So while he's over there shirtless weightlifting like he's in prison, everybody else in his class is taking this exam.
Right. Or they've already taken it
Yeah.
because they had until they had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until 5 o'clock Wednesday. He told me, I swear I thought it was midnight. And I looked at him and I thought, you have no idea what the damage you've just done. You have no idea.
You've ruined both of us.
you cost me a car and perhaps a house.
Actually, he's the one that's going to get off easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Literally, I said, what could possibly go wrong? We got a problem. I wanted to die in that moment.
Sitcom time.
Yeah.
That was, yes. And now, you know, she's like, you procrastinated. And then she turned to me like, you let him go. Should you have played basketball? I was like, oh my God, he told me he had till midnight. What was I? I thought I had parented perfectly.
Yeah.
In fact, very poorly.
Yeah.
Very poor. I should have checked it. I should have known. He should.
But he's 16.
He's supposed to know.
I know he's supposed. I should have sent him to check it. He only had to find. Now he's emailed the teacher begging for
an
exemption. You know, just to be able to take it. And
Do you know if this happens often?
I don't. We're a whole new world, though.
Yeah,
You know,
it's-
virtual.
I'll tell you, it's going to be tough, though, when you had 3 days.
Well,
Because the teacher, being a teacher, is going to say,
hey,
I gave you 3 days.
yeah.
True.
Not to mention, not only to give him 3 days, I think there might be like a timed window on the computer where the teacher is out of his control.
Yeah,
You
teacher
know,
can't do
he
anything.
may not
Oh,
be able to do
especially,
anything.
yeah, if this is like
Yeah, it's a.
certain end of grade testing, yeah.
But it's not. It's an exam.
Okay.
But even still, you put it up online. It's like, I don't know. So he emailed him, and like before he went to bed, I said, check your email. Nothing yet.
No news.
We don't know yet. What a chilly evening.
I'll bet.
Very difficult evening.
What do you think today will be like? I mean, this has got to carry over into today.
It won't be much better. I can tell. I'll have to apologize. I'll have to sell the car. I mean, that's the you know, I have to. The snakes. I wish I'd get bit. I'm hoping.
Might divert some attention.
Yeah, if I could just take it like maybe a dry bite to the calf or something.
Yeah, you didn't have shoes on. You were on track. You were doing the right thing.
Unbelievable. I had her out there in the midst of the snakes. My car broke down. What a day.
Yeah, that's a day.
But you thought you pulled the ultimate move when he came in, though. It was
I
on
did.
time.
I did. He was right on time.
What are you going to do now?
And I was like, yeah, your move. I thought I had checkmated her then. I was like, yeah. He's going to go up there. And
I thought he was going to come down and say the Wi-Fi's out.
and I was concerned about that.
Have you tried bribing the teacher? My dad has some pull. Maybe you've heard of Molly Hatchet.
It's coming up quick, but I can get you tickets.
Yep.
I'd say
How'd you
we're
like to
both
stand in
flirting
the
with
movie
disaster.
seat?
Yeah. So flirting with disaster. I gotta do. I know, and and then all that happened. And you remember I told the story the other day of my kid trying to pack his basketball team with all these great players.
Yeah. The ringers.
Yeah. Well, the coach called, and I never even talked to the coach. And he's like, "Yeah, the team's pretty upset that you."
You've ruined their
man.
playoff run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the team's pretty upset, and I think you have an awesome responsibility with on the airwaves, and you need to use it a little better. I was like,
So if you want to come out Saturday and watch some crappy basketball, we've got 6 games of it.
So after the exam disaster, did your boy just take some cookies up to his room and watch the NBA?
yeah, he watched the Lakers Warriors last night until all hours.
What's he supposed to do?
Exactly.
Study?
Well, that's what he said. He's like, well, I guess there's nothing I can do now.
Oh,